Hi, hi everybody. I am so, I've never been honored by anything or anybody before, and this is a lot of fun. But this part I'm not so sure about. But, you know, I'm the last, probably not the least, but so many people have said everything that I would have said, so that's good. But I am honored, and I'm very, very grateful, and there are many people that I'm grateful to, and many things I'm grateful for. I'm particularly grateful to all of my wonderful, wonderful friends who they have touched me deeply by their outpouring of love and support for City Year and for me, and for showing up and being here tonight. I'm also so grateful to my incredible husband, Ken, who's the person who pushed me to get behind this, to my two children, Zachary and Kiva, who I hope that you have learned as much from me as I have learned from the two of you. It has been an incredible privilege to work with the people who are involved with City Year, and I stand and we stand on the shoulders of very young giants, and Jack has mentioned them. I met Ken Grau through his parents and his grandmother, and Mithra Ramali, who Ken and Mithra both decided, sort of, what is that fifth grade notion, necessity is the mother of invention. At the same time, both of them said, we've got to come to New York after 9/11 and do something that will change the gloom and doom of New York City. And they came here and they met and they convinced me and Jack to come on board and launch this program. Normally, City Year is championed by people who are not the staff, but they broke the model. And it's because of Ken and Mithra and Itai and David Kaplan, who you just met, that we're all here tonight, and that I have this great privilege of being honored by all of you. I just would like Ken and Mithra Ramali, Mithra, where are you? I know Ken is right here. But I would really like it if, Mithra, come on up here. And Ken, you too, come on. Obviously, I want to thank Michael and Phyllis. Where are you? Phyllis Siegel. Phyllis is a dear friend, and she lost her husband 2 years ago, Phyllis. And it was a devastating blow to her personally and her family, but also to the entire City Year community and to our nation. He really was the brains and the force behind the AmeriCorps program and the Corporation for National Service, which used City Year as its model. Ken and Mithra, come here for a minute. Ken. So they made this happen. Itai, where are you?
Yeah, Itai.
Itai, get up here. I just want to tell you this briefly. Ken Iscol, sorry if I'm going to take an extra 2 minutes, and all my other friends who are like as impatient as I am about everything and need to go home, just bear with me. Itai was the first chief of staff of City Year, and he is now the executive director. And I just think that having everybody behind me, and Jack included, gives you an indication of the quality of the people who are involved with City Year. You saw the core members. You heard from Christina, and you can see that for some reason we attract this amazing, amazing group of people who have such high ideals, such decency, such integrity. And for me, the one message that I'd like you all to carry with you tonight, you've heard about the program, and I hope you carry away with you the following notions. The kids who apply to City Year come from incredibly diverse backgrounds. Most programs that we all are familiar with take kids who are privileged and give them a year of something. They go to Europe for community service, they do community service here, or they take disadvantaged kids. We take kids from every single kind of background you can imagine, and they are merged together and form a community. The thing that they have in common, and I think what happens is that they come into the program, some of them because of the stipend, which is fine. They get $4,700 toward their next level of education, whatever that might be. But most, and that's fine if they want to come in for that, because they get transformed anyway. But most of these kids come into the program because they have what most youth have. They have an ideal, they're filled with idealism. And what the program does is gives them the kind of in-depth experiences that you heard about from the core, that gives them competencies and confidence and knowledge and skills. And that, married with idealism, creates amazing forces for change. And these young people will be forces for change for the rest of their lives wherever they go. They're going to go into different kinds of schools, they're going to go into different professions and into communities. And that leads to my second point. Most schools, most programs focus on, and I think it's a very important thing to focus on, developing individual potential. And no doubt that is important in terms of leveling the playing field. We must develop individual potential. But if you just develop individual potential without an ethical and moral component, that's what you have. You have a bunch of individuals who are filled with self and pursuing their own path. But what City Year does is pair developing individual potential with a deep belief in serving others. And those... And for those of us who worry about the future of our children and our grandchildren and all the challenges and obstacles that they face, the only thing I can say is that if we multiply City Year programs and City Year-like programs all over the country and all over the world, and we imagine millions and millions of red jackets all over the country and all over the world, we will preserve the fundamentals of a healthy, thriving, pluralistic, democratic society. And I truly believe that we will also assure that a humane, just, productive world will prevail. And for that, I'm very grateful to City Year and the Corps and everybody here tonight.
Thank you again to all of our honorees and to you all for celebrating tonight with us. This has been a year with unparalleled challenges and monumental hope for the National Service Movement. Your support is needed more than ever. Please join us on the terrace for dessert and coffee. Thank you again and have a good evening.
Out of the tree of life I just picked